I've got a small puddle over here from where I dropped all my water. It'll evaporate. Or just wipe it on my pants.
I just don't like how close it is to the laptop. Oh yeah, that makes more sense.
What do you want from me? Want me to put it on the ground?
I want you to have a closed container near the equipment.
I'll put it on the ground.
Okay. You're going to kick it.
What do you want from me?
Well, I just told you what I wanted from you.
Well, I don't have one. It's dirty.
I'm B.
I'm Smage.
Welcome to Cinemuck,
Where we talk about all things cinema.
and all things muck. This week, we're talking about Marrowbone. You did not watch it.
I did not.
I did. I would definitely say this is a good movie to watch if you're just wanting to have something on in the background.
It's like you can miss certain parts and still be aware of what's going on kind of film.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Is that what people mean when they say you can put it on the background?
Yeah.
I see.
Like, you don't have to super pay attention to it to
know.
understand the story.
That makes sense.
And the twist at the end isn't, like, so twisty that you're just like, oh, fuck, I missed something. I'll say for me, because I'm usually good about catching the twist, I was confused until the twist happened.
Oh, okay.
And then I was like, oh. And then if I had gone back and watched the movie again, I definitely would have picked up on all of those cues. It's a very dramatic horror story.
Okay.
That I feel like isn't quite horrific. It's mostly just a psychological drama.
I see.
If that makes sense.
It just kind of just fucks with you.
Yeah.
It's not so much you're scared the whole time.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because it does kind of go into like supernatural, maybe. Or maybe that's a misdirection. That's kind of like the feel. That makes sense.
That's the vibes.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's supposed to be like potentially nefarious. Maybe not. A young man and his younger siblings who have concealed the death of their mother in order to remain together are plagued by a sinister presence in their home. It's directed by Sergio G. Sanchez, who did the screenplay for Orphanage. Did you ever watch that movie? That's a good movie we should do.
Guillermo del Toro?
I think so, yeah. That one with that poor
fucked
kid.
me up.
I can't remember what else he's been in. This was apparently like a Spanish production, but everybody's speaking English and it's all English actors and it's in America.
It could still be a Spanish production.
Like literally like the
production as in it was done by a Spanish production company.
Yeah, and like the credits were in Spanish.
Bizarre.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, and I think it like released in Spain first. Like it's a Spanish movie.
Okay.
So now actually getting into the movie, we see the family enter the mother's childhood home, which is the grounds itself is called Marrowbone.
Yeah, I don't really know if I'd go with that one.
Anyways.
Maybe like Chestnut Drive or something. Not fucking the thing within my body. Yeah, normal.
But at this point, we believe that they've immigrated from wherever they previously were to seek shelter in this home. So they're running from something. We don't know what. But the mother's making it a very big point to be like, from here on out, we are not this name. We are Marrowbone. Mm-hmm. Like, that's our family. This is our home.
So mom's still alive right now?
Yeah, mom is alive.
Oh, shit.
She's sick, though.
Oh,
yeah.
Bless.
We kind of get the sense that they're running from a man. They're kind of just like saying like he or him. I'm going to assume it's the dad and the husband.
Normal.
Whatever.
Yeah.
So the youngest brother's name is Sam, and then who I didn't write the actor's name down because he's like a child. So I was like, I don't give a fuck about this kid. No offense.
I don't need to
His
know
name
who
is
he
Sam.
is. Okay, good.
Then we have Billy, played by Charlie Heaton from Stranger Things.
Okay.
Jane, played by Mia Goth. This is like the only role that I've seen her in that I genuinely like her. She's a very just kind of docile, gentle, motherly figure, and she's very, very sweet. And then Jack, who's oldest, played by George McKay. They introduce themselves to a voice that's coming out of a large rock on the property. They decided to go for a hike without their mom. They're just like exploring the property. They're going to go down to the beach just to see what's going on. And they come across this, I think it's a rock or a big tree with the like trunk kind of hollowed out. So it's kind of like cavernous, but there's a voice coming from it. And the voice introduces itself as the witch that resides in the rock. But we actually just end up finding out that it's a young lady named Allie, who's played by Anya Taylor Joy.
She's just chilling in the tree? What's
she
going
was
on?
Like there. She kind of lives close by. Like this is one of those types of situations where they're like everybody can just walk on everybody's land. So she was just like hanging out in the tree and saw them coming.
Inside fuck with them?
Well, not like in a mean way. She was mostly, she heard them overheard them talking about how like a witch resides in this tree or rock or whatever the fuck. And so she was trying to be like, yeah. And like, especially towards Sam, the youngest brother.
Right.
And he like said something I can't remember. And she was like, you saved me. Like it was, yeah, it's a cute touching moment, but it was also just kind of like, okay.
Moving on.
So this is the point where I wrote, not gonna lie, I'm kind of confused about the time period this world is supposed to take place in. The children and their mother dress like half-assed Victorian era fashion, but Allie is dressed like a 60s housewife with the tight pants and no sleeve flowy shirt.
Okay.
So I was very confused.
Okay.
Because Mia Goth literally the entire time is wearing like this lace cotton nightgown thing. That's very much giving Victorian era. And the young boys are also wearing like linen or wool pants with like suspenders.
Well, we don't know what the fashion was
Cotton.
like during that time.
Well, we're also assuming that they're poor,
Right.
so they're
Yeah.
probably not very fashionable.
No, they're going to be wearing either hand-me-downs or things that can be easily made by
Right.
stuff that they already have. So that kind
Right.
of makes sense.
So now we come to find out that obviously they've created this relationship with Allie. They really love her. She's become like a close friend of theirs. But now the mother is, as we knew, sick. But it's gotten worse.
Oh,
Like really, really bad.
that sucks.
And she's informing Jack, the eldest brother, played by George McKay, that
Just as a reminder.
he has to turn 21 before they can all be discovered, or else their family will be separated. That he can't technically be their legal guardian until he hits 21, or have rights to the house to house them
I see.
until he turns 21. So if anybody finds out that they're living there without their mom, then he can still stay in the house. Just all of his
Siblings
siblings
have
are going to
to
be taken away.
Okay. And how old is he now again? 17?
20?
Oh.
19, 20?
Okay. So he's
Like he's
close
got like
enough.
yeah, he's close, but it's
Okay.
like enough for for him to just be like,
right.
oh yeah. So this is the first time that we have a confirmed death.
Rip.
Well, I put R.I.P.E.
Oh,
just because
ripe.
she tried to have a better life for her kids.
Okay.
Granted, I'm kind of wanting to take that away to just rip, actually, now that I think about it, because what amount of pressure you put on your child.
To be like, you have to hide my death for a year. I'm gonna die. Just so you
Yeah.
know. And also, you gotta hide it for like a year.
And also, right before she died, she told Jack to go into this like box thing, kind of like a lunch pail, like a metal lunch pail. I don't know. I think it's a safety box, like a lock box, but
Like
it's
for like a banker's box.
yeah, but it's old. So
Okay.
it looks like lunch pail, but it has a whole bunch of money in it. And she's just like, use this. And he's pissed off about it. He's like, you lied. You told everyone that you didn't have this, that you didn't have this specific money, which eventually comes into play later on.
Ah.
And he's like, this is, bad money, all that stuff. And I was like, oh,
Oh, what does that mean? Like blood money?
what do you mean?
What you mean?
Why is it
bad
bad?
money?
I'm going to technically say, yeah, R.I.P. to this woman.
Yeah.
Just because, she's a mom.
Yeah.
I sympathize.
Yeah.
So they bury her out in the garden as per her request. And now they're officially in hiding no matter what until he turns 21. So they're kind of like grieving, enjoying a nice spring day. And then we're in a room with Mia Goth. She's looking out of a window. And all of a sudden, some random man in the fucking woods shoots through the window at her.
Oh no.
Yeah. And so
Bitch.
she's screaming
Yeah.
for Jack.
Jake,
Yeah, the oldest
Jack?
brother,
Yes.
to help. And that's all that we get.
Great.
We just fast forward in time.
Okay.
He's in the woods with a gun, and Mia Goth is screaming. I forgot her name. Jane. Jane is screaming. And then it cuts to a title screen that tells us it's 6 months later.
Okay.
A lot of unanswered things happening.
Yeah.
So
right.
it kind of made me a little bit annoyed. Because I was like, nothing?
Yeah, be like, why did we introduce this if it didn't fucking matter?
I mean, it does, obviously.
okay.
Eventually it does.
But like, not
Like,
in the
currently,
moment.
it's like, huh? When we're coming back to where the kids are in the home, we're kind of getting this sense that something is going on in the house.
Ooh.
Like something sinister, something nefarious, something is happening. Because Billy, played by Charlie Heaton, only has one bullet left in his gun that he's carrying around the house all the time. Again, Chekhov's gun.
Love that.
We're being told right off the bat, this bitch has a gun with
A gun
one
with a
bullet.
bullet in it.
Clearly there's a reason. Don't know why. And we just pass by again.
Again, just a small snippet of something.
We're just, hey,
This is happening.
hey, this is happening.
This
Hey.
is going on.
Keep this in your mind.
We've now got
I have
two
so
guns.
many things to keep in my fucking mind.
Yeah, you gotta take spark notes for this.
Well, and I don't know, because like thinking back to it, I'm like, okay, if I watched the movie again, would I recognize that this might be the gun that guy shot? Or is this a different gun?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Should have made it two very different kind of guns.
Or made it very obvious that it's the same gun, because we don't get a close-up of the guy in the woods. So we just see that he has a gun, and then we see that Billy has a gun as well. But Sam, the youngest brother, has adopted a pet raccoon named Scoundrel. Oh. Trigger warning.
No.
Yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and let you know right now.
Damn it, I hate when the dog dies.
Yeah, but it's a pet raccoon. He feeds it food, scurries around in the walls, which they kind of bring up as being like, oh, you're so scared of all the sounds in the walls, it's the fucking raccoon.
That's
and
pretty
I'm
fair.
Like, true, fair
That's
enough.
pretty fair.
Fair enough.
Yeah, if you're just like, oh my god, it's in the walls, and it's like, and then the raccoon pops out, you're like, yeah, it's in the fucking
Yeah,
walls.
it's clearly
what were
it's
you
in the
expecting?
It's a raccoon.
It's a raccoon. That's what they do. They get in the walls.
But then we also see that Jack has a very disgusting looking scratch wound thing on his forehead. And again, we're assuming that this is something that he got from whatever happened 6 months ago. Why is it still disgusting now?
Sounds like the raccoon had rabies and cut him.
I was thinking that it's playing into that something sinister happened, something paranormal, demonic
see.
Maybe even, and that's why it can't heal.
It can't heal because it's not a human wound.
Right.
I see. I'm just thinking.
No, the
raccoon's gave him tetanus in a wound or something.
The raccoon is a very sweet raccoon. So they make it a point to point out this mirror that's at the top of the stairs. Kinda. I get very confused with the layout of this house.
Okay.
So there's a mirror at the top of the stairs, but then there's more stairs past that go into an attic space, I think. I don't know.
The director should have given like a map.
Dead ass. I'm so confused. But above the mirror, there's some like weird mold happening on the ceiling.
What kind of, like black mold?
I guess.
Like moss mold? Green mold? Yellow mold?
It's just mold. It's like clearly something is seeping
into the wall.
But it's just mold, as if something is like sitting there. There's water damage, a puddle, maybe a body. But yeah, I wrote, it seems as if we're going with the horror movie route, not like the drama route that we've technically been going, that their home is filled with evil, that it's starting to seep from whatever is happening up in the attic.
Okay.
Which is where I thought this movie was going. I thought that
doesn't.
Something evil lived in the attic that the mom never told them about, that was exacerbated by her death. I thought maybe the mom was a demon.
Something could have fed off of her.
Right. Her dying.
Her death. Well, also that bad money, apparently.
The bad money, the dude in the forest. I don't know. That's where I thought it was going. So yeah, this is when we get clarification that it's sometime during the Nixon administration, which makes sense as to why Allie looks the way that she does, but not why Jack and them do.
Wait, so do they live in America?
They live in America. They immigrated from, I'm assuming, from England and live in America. The mom is American, but I do believe we'll find out that the dad was English.
Okay, this makes more sense then. Because I was like, why do we give a fuck about Nixon? They had the queen for forever.
The only reason why we know is because Jack has gone into town. He brings to the general store this, I can't remember what it is. I don't know if it's soap. Something. Jane makes something, some home good thing.
Cute.
That he then brings to the general store in exchange for like groceries and stuff like that. They have their own garden, so they have access to vegetables and stuff, but they don't have access to like meats or toiletries. Soap.
Right. Things that you can't grow.
Yeah, basically.
Okay.
So he goes out there, and that's when you see like the space stuff on a television, which is why I was like, okay, so we have TV.
Okay.
And then it's space, so I thought JFK. But then he goes further into town. He goes to the local library. It's a library inside of a building.
It's a place that houses books.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think it's like a government building. I don't know. But then we see Nixon's picture over the doorway. So I'm like, okay.
Oh, so it's a federal building.
Yeah.
Oh.
But there's a library. But Allie works there. She's like a librarian, I guess. And her and Jack are together.
Oh.
I love love.
I love love.
He comes in, gives her a nice little smooch.
Oh.
Checks in on her.
Cute.
They're just talking, chatting.
Cute.
So yeah, while he's talking with Allie, somebody comes into the library, and I did not look up the actor's name, but he looks like an older version of, oh my god, that crazy kid from Holes with the blonde hair that was really, really
Zigzag?
big. Was that his name?
I love Zigzag.
Zigzag? I had such a crush on him.
Me too.
Girl.
Yeah.
Anyways, But this guy's like a cleaned up version of him and a little bit older. You can tell he's like kind of a he's a loser. Kind of. No, but like in a I deserve everything because I'm a white guy kind of loser.
Okay.
Anyways.
Right.
But I thought immediately that this was going to be a potential villain, because there's no way that you have two men who are involved with this character Allie and they're both going to be totally chill with each other. Plus the fact that Jack like ran away. He didn't run away. He went to go hide in the library because, again, he doesn't want people to find him because he's supposed to be.
Oh, that's right.
His mom is supposed to be alive.
Wait, so Allie is dating both of them?
No.
Oh,
No.
She's only dating Jack.
Yeah, she's only dating Jack.
But this villain,
his name is Tom. They're friends. Well, she thinks they're friends.
Okay.
He thinks that they're
He's
currently
wooing
friends.
Okay, right.
He's
like, we're friends for now.
Yeah. But with
the expectation that you
try
will be
hard enough
marrying me soon.
So we have our first conflict.
Oh no.
Tom.
Well, I mean, technically third.
I mean, you know what? Fuck off. Yeah, you're right. But like,
as far as like outside of the home, not done by someone not involving the family, kind of.
Yeah, other plot.
Okay, side plot.
Outside of the home plot.
Outside of the paranormal activity.
Yeah.
Okay.
We have our first conflict.
Okay.
Tom seems to be part of the group that deals with the estate that the kids are living on.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. But he's demanding to... Because he ends up seeing Jack is there. Jack makes a noise. Because he can tell that Tom obviously, like, has a thing for Allie. And he's like, bro, I would much rather be found out than for you to be fucking flirting with my girlfriend. And I'm like, you're dumb.
No girl ain't worth it.
But
fine.
Tom is demanding to him that he comes to their house the next day to get a signature from their mom, as well as a $200 check.
Why he need the check?
It's in order to process everything to have the estate be officially given to the mom.
Who does it belong to?
The group that Tom is a part of.
Oh, so you're telling me the kids are squatting?
No. Like, they own the home. It's their home. It's their mom's home. But in order for it to be, like, fully relinquished into her hands so that nobody can do anything with it, they need her signature for this, like, legal documents and then a $200
It makes me
check.
wonder if it does belong to her family, then it would seem that they had an estate agent taking care of it until she finally moved back to America
Basically.
full-time.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's basically what happened.
Okay.
Yeah.
This all makes a lot more sense now.
Yeah.
Because I was just like, if it was the mom's, why the fuck is this estate agency dealing with
They didn't
this?
really give like a very good explanation as to why this specifically, this like Tom dude and who he's a part of, like this legal team, why they would need to relinquish the property back to the mom.
Yeah.
But it's because it wasn't technically the mom's, it was the family's. And so for her to be the sole owner of it, they need to go through this legal process.
Okay.
So.
But that's also why she's waiting until Jack turns 21.
Right, because she technically still has to be alive to get the rights to the house. And then when he turns 21, if she were to die after he turned 21, it would immediately go to him.
Okay.
Whereas if she died before he turned 21,
goes to the agency.
yeah.
Makes sense.
And then he can't get it until he turns 21. And
so they could have still just
No.
Okay.
Because then essentially if they found out that she died and he's not 21 and she never actually got the rights to the house, they can kick the kids out. Yeah. There's a lot riding on this.
Why didn't she just fucking go to the estate agency when she got there?
I don't know.
Especially since she's got this quote unquote bad money. What's $200 from that cachet? I'm gonna take the ripe away. This woman gets a rip from me.
That's why I said.
Yeah, she gets a rip. Nah, fuck that. Not eternally. Maybe for a little bit. And then you get to go downstairs like the rest of us. Yo, fuck that. What a dick move.
I know.
Anyway.
But they don't have that box anymore. Jack goes back to the house. He tells them what's going on. They don't have that box with the money. And they obviously don't have the money. They're poor. They're literally living off of herbs.
Where the fuck did the box go?
So Billy goes to this cavern that's close to the beach. And the box is there. We don't know why the box is there. Why he knows that it's there. We just see him go get it.
I don't like Billy. I don't like him. First the gun, now this.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So he brings the box back to the house. There's a fuck ton of money in it. Like a lot of money. But Jane, kind of like the sound of reason, reminds them that the box is blood money. And she believes that it's cursed. So again, leading into this potential paranormal thing that's going on. Because now
like,
I'm thinking the mom took this money. What if the money was cursed and now she's stuck in this house as a demon kind thing?
Okay. And there's mold.
Who knows
What's going on?
I put, it's kind of strange to me that the mother would give them money to help them when it's got bad juju. So the next day, when Tom is going to come to the house, they're making lemonade, and Billy puts a fuck ton of painkillers left over from their mom's sickness into one of the glasses of lemonade.
Chekhov's lemonade.
Okay. So one of them has like a sprig of mint with the poison, which I'm like, oh.
Poison for Cusco.
Cusco's poison. But it's got to denote that that's the poison lemonade. And then there's the regular lemonade. They decide to not let Tom come into the home.
Are you gonna sit on the lanai? Where are he going?
They're entertaining him in the garden area instead.
Okay.
And he's refusing to let them pay their fees with the cash that they have. He needs it to be a check.
Bitch.
I don't know why.
Yeah, what?
I feel like he's just being combative.
It might be like a paper trail kind of thing. Because if he has the check, then at least he can, like, it can get filed away somewhere. Whereas the cash, there's no... Unless he's got, like, carbon copy paper on him and can write a receipt so that he's got a copy, they've got a copy. Mm-hmm. That might be it.
I don't know.
It also just seems sus. Like, most people would want cash.
And, like, this family ain't well off. Why the fuck do you think that they have bank accounts? And she's a woman. An unwed woman.
Who just came from a different country.
Do you think she has a bank account?
Yeah, he is just kind of being a dick, isn't he?
Yeah. Anyways.
Try to give him the benefit of the doubt.
So Jack decides to take the papers upstairs for Jane because he tells Tom that their mom is very, very sick and she doesn't look well and she's like really embarrassed. And of course, this time period, if women weren't put together, it was like completely acceptable for people to be like, oh, I understand that she looks like shit.
Looks like a person who is sick.
Right. So Jack takes the papers upstairs for his mom to go sign, quote unquote. And while he's doing that, Tom decides to have a little look around the house because this is where it should have been assigned to me. But Jack is upstairs in their mother's room with Jane. Where the fuck are Billy and Sam? It's literally like any time Tom comes to the house, nobody is there besides Jack.
And Jane.
Nope.
Oh, just Jack.
That Tom sees is just Jack.
Ooh.
And I didn't catch it because in my mind I was like, oh, they're hiding from Tom, but it doesn't matter if he sees them.
Yeah.
It just matters that he doesn't see that the mom's dead.
Doesn't exist. Yeah. That's it. The four of them are fine. The three of them are fine.
But
four?
Later on when I got to what was actually happening, I was like, fuck, that should have been a telltale sign. Anyway.
So wait, we only see them.
We only ever see Tom interact with Jack at the house.
And then Jack interacts with everyone else.
Yep.
But Tom never interacts with anyone.
Yep.
Ooh. Mm-hmm. It's giving others.
So Tom ends up finding the mirror at the top of the stairs. They keep putting a sheet over it.
Yeah, I would too.
And it's like super cracked. Like super broken.
Oh no.
Yeah. He starts to hear Tom talking, or not Tom. Tom starts to hear Jack talking coming from the mother's bedroom, and he's like getting closer and closer to the door because he's like, something doesn't feel right about what's happening because he just hears Jack, doesn't hear anybody else. But we hear, because we keep going back and forth between Tom getting closer to the bedroom door and Jack and Jane, because Jane is forging the signature. We are hearing them have a conversation, Jack and Jane, but Tom is only hearing Jack. And Jack isn't saying what we hear him saying to Jane, which is like, just hurry up, like it's okay, like this is totally fine. He's literally hearing Jack saying like, oh, he's just here to get the signature. Oh, it's okay, Mom. Like, ooh. It's really bizarre. Ooh. And again, hindsight, I'm like, well, how the fuck did I not see what was coming? Like, am I that much of a dumbass?
No, it's your first time watching it. You don't know.
They pulled the wool over my eyes and, The documents were to have the Marrowbone house be officially given to their mom. So like I said, now that it's hers, when Jack turns 21, he'll be able to come out of hiding with his siblings and they'll have the house. It'll legally be theirs. And I put, why did that part of the plot have to be so complicated in telling? Because all we knew from literally the beginning, you have to be 21. Why?
Right. Why though? That's what I want to know. Like, why not 18? Why is it 21 specifically?
And it didn't make sense because she never talked about the house. She was just talking about them being together. So I was thinking, oh, he'll be able to stay in the house, but all of his siblings will have to go because none of them are of age. But then literally Jane and Billy both look like they're well over 18.
Yeah.
Sam is the only one that I can potentially understand. Maybe Jane too, because she might be like 16, 17.
Right.
Them two are the only ones that I can understand being taken away for custody reasons.
And in that instance,
older brothers.
I feel like in that instance, they would still let Sam and Jane be together. Like they would keep them together.
Well, because even like throughout the entire movie, Jane and Sam's relationship is so strong. She's teaching him everything. Right, she's basically the mother figure for him. They have that kind of a bond. No longer do they have it's a sibling, older sister, youngest brother, sibling.
It is. You're basically like my son now.
Yeah, and that's how she treats him.
Okay.
And so it's like,
I expect that.
Right. But I don't know, man. So that evening, the children are playing a celebratory board game. I think it's War, but I can't tell.
Love that.
I've never played War. There's violence and lots of dice. While they're playing with the dice, they like flies off the table. Well, like they accidentally fly it off the table.
Oh, okay. I thought you were saying like an entity flew across the room.
No ghosts.
I was like, ooh, nice. I love that shit.
I fucking wish.
Yeah.
Anyways, Sam, the youngest, is sent to retrieve the dice. And it's flown really close to the mirror. So he gets it. He runs his ass back because he's scared. Billy, because he's a sore loser, is just like, oh, because like the dice did something to make him like lose a turn or something like that. But Sam was the one who accidentally threw it off the table. So then he went to go get it. But because Billy was being a little bitch about it, he was just like, oh, I guess everything's the fucking table, and literally like chucks the dice.
Okay.
To see what the numbers are, and he sends Sam after it. The blanket thing on the sheet on the mirror flies off. So again, kind of paranormal. And
or just a draft.
This like banging happens behind it. So they all get scared shitless and they run to one of the rooms where they built this like quote unquote fortress. It's a whole bunch of sheets and chairs and stuff like that. There's some mattresses in there, a little lantern, whatever. Yeah. But it's where they go to have like sanctuary. Very imaginary, but at the same time, it does actually kind of seem to give them like a shit ton of comfort. Like they genuinely believe that they're protected from the evil thing in the attic by going into this fortress.
It's like an out of the box kind of thing.
Yeah. So they all go in there, and while Billy, Jane, and Sam are running towards the fortress, Jack goes over to the mirror. He puts the sheet up to stop the quote-unquote ghost from getting out. And I'm like,
something lives in there?
Excuse me? And when he gets to the fortress, Jane says, he'll never leave us, not even dead.
Was that man shooting at them their dad? And they killed their dad? And they stole their dad's money?
The money was already there before the mom died.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like the mom...
Like he's coming after them because they stole his money?
If I have to guess.
Okay, go for it.
The dad did fucked up shit. Obviously, like he probably hit his family and stuff like that. But also probably did really awful things to get a lot of money. Mom took that money, ran away from the dad, went to America, back to this estate that she has. This is blood money now. Dad finds them, tries to kill the kids, doesn't. They kill him. He's up in the attic and is the mold.
You were very close.
Okay.
But not quite there. But that was essentially what I wrote as well.
I feel like the kids are dead also. Maybe they're hiding from Jack. Maybe Jack killed the kids.
No, you're going way too far.
Let my brain go.
No, you're going way too far. But I put on there that I had the assumption that they killed the dad and his body is up there.
Right.
And that's what the mold is.
Yeah.
Is him decaying.
And all of his bad juju is just kind of like surrounding them, is what I would guess.
Right. The next day, or what seems to be the next day, Billy climbs to the top of the house and removes the planks covering the exit of the fireplace that goes into the attic. And he throws the box from their mom into the attic. Because everything that we have seen, the door, any entrance or exit into the attic has been boarded, including this thing for the fireplace. He throws it down in there because I'm assuming, since it's off limits, that they're not going to go get it. And they don't want anything to do with it.
They haven't even used this money, is my assumption.
They gave him the $200.
And that's it.
But they're not going to use the money for anything else. They could.
But they haven't been.
No.
And they won't.
No.
Okay.
Right.
Fair enough.
Then he boards the fireplace back up. Then we move on to Tom ends up giving Allie a ride home from the library. He's just trying to...
Oh, Tom. Okay, no. Fuck that guy. All right, never mind.
No, because Jack doesn't have a car. He just rides his bike. So Tom is giving Allie a ride home, even though I think she takes the bus or something, or a train. I can't remember. He's just, quote unquote, trying to be friendly. I'm like, fuck off, Tom. So he's asking her, because she's very close to the kids, what the hell's going on with them. Like, why are they so fucking weird?
No, valid. Yeah.
Basically. But it seems that the father was an unusually cruel man towards the family. And there seems to be some sort of secret that the entire town is aware of. So not really a secret.
Yeah, it's not a secret then. If everyone knows what's up.
There's something that everybody knows. We kind of get past that conversation, and Jack and Allie are at the beach. And obviously because Allie had just had this conversation with Tom, she's like, tell me more about your dad.
Give me the tea,
What's
sis.
the tea? I'm kind of curious now. And he tells Allie that their dad is dead. So I'm like, okay, so they killed him.
Right, that's the man in the attic.
That's the man in the attic. That's the demon thing.
Chilling up in the attic, making mold on the roof.
Yeah.
Love that.
But I wrote that I actually genuinely appreciated the romantic spin in the story. I kind of feel like it gives you something to be hopeful about, because otherwise it's very fucking tragic what's going on. And I kind of wish more horror movies did that. Did more of the romantic spin, like Shaun of the Dead.
Love that one.
Love that one.
It was great. Yeah.
Shaun and Ed? Come on.
Yeah. Shaun and Ed.
You think I was going to say Liz?
No.
But yeah, while they're having their nice touching moment, Allie and Jack, we see that Tom at the very top of the bluffs area is looking down and seeing this. And I'm just like, listen, bud, I understand that we need to have a real life villain. I get that. Conflict, plot, whatever the fuck. Shut up.
Literally move on.
Literally get fucked. Yeah. Because but not by Allie.
Yeah.
Because how all of a sudden are you now heartbroken that she's not in love with you when she has not shown an ounce of interest romantically towards you?
Because he lied to himself.
It is giving incel, pick me,
stalker.
Bullshit.
Yeah.
I'm like, how are you so delusional as to think that because she gave you the chisme?
I was going to say Tom's in his Delulu era.
He literally is in his delusional era, because I don't understand. Maybe somebody can explain it to me. She literally she's not like overly laughing. She doesn't touch him.
She doesn't go out of her way to
She
do
literally
things with him.
declined twice before she got into the car to get a ride from him.
Oh, so you pressured her into the car? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Oof.
Why the fuck do you think she's in love with you?
Because he's delusional.
Also, have you seen George McKay?
I haven't seen what Tom looks like, but if it's better,
he's got a square head. He literally looks like that kid with the army haircut from Polar Express. The nasally, but that's what he looks like. But it's like comb over.
Oof.
And you think that you're better than Jack?
Unfortunately.
Girl, fuck off. So Jack comes back home after having this wonderful day with Allie, and everybody's all bitching.
I was going to say, just some fucked up stuff.
Yeah, Billy is fucking upset because he's like, why do you get to go outside? Why can't I go outside?
Go outside.
I'm like, you don't have a garden.
Walk around the garden.
Go to the beach. That's where he went. But it's because Jack basically told them, like, you can't leave the house. I will leave the house because he's the oldest. It's okay for him to like go out and about.
If anything, he's the one who should not be leaving the house.
Like, send the younger kids. I don't know.
Okay.
But it's very difficult for them to handle being cooped up in this house. While everybody is preoccupied with this, Sam takes the keys that unlocks the mom's door. So up until this point, they're not allowed to have mirrors open, and nobody's allowed to go into the mom's room besides Jack. And I guess Jane as well, because she was in there. But it was because she was with Jack. But they tell specifically Sam that he can't go in there because it's unsafe. Don't know why.
Well, because he's a baby.
But while he's looking through his mom's things, he comes across an article titled "The Beast of Brampton Caught." So clearly, as you assumed before, their father did horrendous crimes. Mm-hmm. You don't get called the Beast
of a city.
The Beast.
The Beast, not a beast. The Beast. Yeah, if you're not doing some fucked up shit.
I can't remember exactly what happens, but he accidentally knocks off one of the sheets covering a mirror on her, like, I don't know what a chifforobe is, but like a cabinet.
Okay.
Bullshit thing.
Yeah, sure.
And the door opens. Mm-mm. So the mirror is facing him. Mm-mm. And we don't see anything, but Sam sees something, and he has an encounter, quote unquote, with the ghost. And he's like hiding in a blanket because like he can't get to the fort because he's stuck. He's like screaming his ass off.
I'd be start screaming my ass off.
So we're kind of being led to believe that they're being haunted by the ghost of their dad. It's just continuing that pattern of they're being haunted by
the Beast of Brampton, apparently.
The Beast of the Dad by Brampton dad.
Man.
Dude. But while this is all happening, I believe it's Jane who says we walled up a man and left him to rot and die over our heads. Basically explaining what did you think would happen?
So they didn't even kill their dad. They literally, like knocked him out, put him in a room, and then just boarded him up in there? Yeah, that's some hard shit.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Ew.
But she goes on to explain that, like, she remembers, like, the wailing.
I was going to say, that's a long death.
Yeah, she remembers the screaming. She remembers the scratches. She remembers hearing him basically die
Yeah.
for weeks.
Why didn't you just kill him?
I don't know.
Especially if you've got this fucking gun.
I don't know.
Just a bullet to the brain. I don't understand. Especially while he's asleep.
Jane actually recommends, in order to get rid of this haunting stuff, that they should go up to the attic, retrieve their father's body, and give him a proper burial to stop the haunting from happening. It's so funny that you're saying no, because in my mind I was like, yeah, that makes sense.
No, absolutely. Don't touch him. Nope.
I was like,
what
yeah,
I'm hearing
okay.
is wait until Jack turns 21 and then sell that shit. And then leave and never come back.
But she says, like, she doesn't want to keep living in a tomb.
So leave.
Their house is basically a tomb.
Yeah, go by.
Because the dad's dead upstairs.
Yeah. And you want to go touch him?
I think at this point, too, is when while everybody is arguing, Jack ends up having what I assume is a seizure.
Oh, no.
Like, everybody is screaming all at the same time. And he just starts to... I think he has a seizure. It's either that or he passes out. From this point on, anytime that we're reintroduced to Jack waking up, he's waking up on the floor of a bedroom. Like, he's not in a bed. He's not on a couch. He's just waking up in random places at the house. Seemingly, like, disoriented and stuff.
Did somebody move him?
Don't know. I don't know.
He just is.
He's having a really hard time mentally with everything going on.
Same.
Now, moving forward, we're back to Tom and Allie. And Tom tells Allie that he basically knows that he's going to get this job in New York City with this, like, big finance
Like
company
Goldman
thing.
Sachs kind of thing.
Yeah, like he's going to go and be like a partner or something. That's where he knows, quote unquote, that he's headed. And so he presents Allie with tickets for her to come with him to New York City so that she can get out of this town and they can go and be, like, happy together in New York City. Because she's, like, kind of adventurous, but she's also just very where I get confused is just like, bro, why do you think that she wants to go to New York City?
I was going to say, so he's presenting not only a relationship, but also to upheave her entire life immediately to go and do that.
For something that he believes he's going to get.
So he hasn't even gotten the offer.
No.
Oh, he just thinks
it should be here any day.
It's not coming. If no one called you yet, you're not getting it, Bubby. I'm so sorry.
I don't know what he thought was going to happen, considering he literally just saw her and Jack on the beach together.
It's giving Delulu.
It's giving delusion.
Yeah, he's still delusional.
He's so delusional.
Me and Tom are the same.
When she basically is just like, I don't see you like that.
Mm-hmm.
And also, I love Jack, so I'm not going to leave him. Tom comes out with guns fucking ablazing, telling her all this shit about the dad. That he was a horrible man. He was a monster. He did horrible things. All these crimes. You wouldn't be associated with that kind of a family.
Just because the dad doesn't mean the kids are guilty.
Be like, yeah, and your dad's also probably not a great guy. And look how you turned out.
I was going to say, at least Jack turned out to be...
Maybe that's why you believe it, because you're also a piece of shit.
I was going to say, at least Jack turned out to be a nice guy, hopefully.
Loser. He's giving loser.
He's giving loser vibes.
Tom leaves articles for her to read, talking about the dad. And we find out that the father was a murderer and a thief. That's where all the money came from. He would kill people and steal a whole bunch of money.
At least he wasn't a rapist.
Well, how he committed the murders was grotesque.
Yeah. Oh, like torture.
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Okay. He wasn't just like, let me kill these people real quick, steal their shit.
No.
He was like, let me...
literally be a monster.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is also when we find out that Jack testified against his father in court. And
why?
I don't know if the father knew that Jack testified or if he knew that somebody in the family testified against him.
Was it more just like a character witness to just be like, look, I never saw my dad do anything, but I do know that he's a huge piece of shit because he hurts me and my family?
Well, yeah, he basically was talking about the abuse that the father had done. And then it also came out that he had abused, I'm assuming sexually, Jane. And he ended up escaping jail and was never found.
Right, because he came to America.
Right. And
then died in a basement. You know, good for him, though, then, that he died so slowly and painfully. Oh, no. What the fuck?
But the papers also talked about how his wife and children couldn't be found either. So they're all assuming that everybody is that nobody knows where anybody is. That's where I get confused again, because the
Wait,
people,
so then
the people in this town knew that fucking family moved in. They knew that they were there.
So just reading the paper, being like, oh yeah, looks like they're all missing, but they're here.
But I'm assuming that's the big quote unquote secret of the town, is that they're not going to explicitly be like, oh, did you know that they moved here? But they're also just like, we don't want to deal with that, because then the father who has escaped is going to come into town and fucking kill all of us.
Right. No, fair enough.
We're not dealing with that.
No,
thank you.
Okay, kind of good on the townspeople, but also like, okay, well, if you know that, can you guys just like leave food at the door or something?
Can only be helpful.
Something.
But I'm guessing that's why they have that relationship with like the general store owner, because she's like
sympathetic to
you
their
guys
cause.
can't pay for anything, so
Like, obviously, and I'm not gonna deny these starving kids food, no
Yeah.
matter how sucky their soap is.
yeah, honestly. But while Jack is, we're assuming, still out, or I don't know where he is, he's somewhere in the house maybe, Jane is trying to give Scoundrel some food. She's like in the ceiling. She's trying to give her some food, and unfortunately Scoundrel gets got. R.I.P.
Ripe
to Scoundrel.
ripe scoundrel.
And it is a little bit sad, because it's emotional. But then she quickly passes.
Okay, good.
Because something in the attic grabbed her. And while she has her hand up there, before Scoundrel gets got, a very disgusting looking hand caresses her arm and then kills Scoundrel. So R.I.P. Scoundrel, but
Ripe scoundrel.
Jane has a visceral reaction.
Yeah, I would too.
But not in a sense of, I'm afraid of a ghost, but in a sense of, I have to wash my skin off.
I mean, yeah, a dead hand just touched her and then killed a raccoon.
Well, I think it's because she knows that it's her dad.
Oh, so it's like triggering.
Yeah.
Like she knows that touch in
Yeah.
that way.
Yeah.
Oh my god, actually, I feel it. Hold on.
Yeah, so she goes to like a sink kind thing, and she tries to.
Girl,
she's literally rubbing her.
I was gonna say
her
boiling
skin
water,
raw.
sit under a shower. Yeah.
And she gets like super triggered. She throws the soap. She like almost smashes the bowl, and it's a very sad thing. But
okay.
that was a real hand. So either this is an actual physically manifested demon, or he's not dead.
Sorry, hold on. My brain was just like, maybe Scoundrel's been giving him food.
No.
What? I don't know what that means.
No.
Okay.
She's not been giving him food, but she did become food.
Rip.
Yeah.
No.
So we're dealing with that. We dealt with that turmoil, and now we're
that.
going back to Tom, who
Exhausting.
he's in his office, and he gets a phone call from New York City.
Congratulations.
And they tell him that the law firm that he thought he was going to be employed with actually just wants him to buy stock in their company, around $5,000. So he's not going to become a partner. He's going to become an investor in their company.
Okay. Eat shit, Tom.
And I was like, oh no.
Tragic.
But literally, the actor who played him did such a good job of doing that. I'm going to snap.
Oh, I love that.
But I didn't care, because I was like, you've been a piece of shit this whole time, and you were so entitled as to think that this fucking job that's not yours was yours enough to go and buy tickets to move to New York City with a girl who don't love you.
He's just all around delusional. Yeah. At least some, like, you gotta have some kind of reality somewhere.
This is I'm like, your family don't tell you the truth about shit, do they?
No, they really just let
like,
him.
you are so sheltered, so unaware of what the fuck is going on in the world.
Yeah.
That you dead ass thought, this is all just gonna happen. This is all just gonna fall into place. Welcome to the real world, bitch.
I wish I had that kind of gusto.
Dude, that kind of confidence.
Yeah.
To just be like, oh, it'll happen.
Yeah.
How do you know? But he starts having a hissy fit, and he's like throwing papers all around his office and everything, including the papers that talks about the Marrowbone children and stuff like that. And he sees that the father had 10,000 pounds stashed away.
This man is not going to do what I think he's going to do, is he?
So when the kids tried to give Tom the money, I think they gave him the equivalent of what would have been $200, but in pounds. And so we understand that the conversion is, because Tom, in the middle of his hissy fit, I think he's coming to the realization, okay, but if I buy stock and I play my cards right, then they'll make me partner. And I was like, bitch, they just want your money. Girl, they just want your money.
Yeah, I very rarely do investors become partners.
You're
just by
dumb.
being investors.
They don't give a fuck about you.
They don't give a fuck about you. They just give a fuck about your money.
So he's thinking that if he goes and he gets the 10,000 pounds and has it converted, he can have the $5,000 to become an investor. And I'm like, go die, Tom. Go die.
Goodness.
So in his fit, goes to their house and
Carry that energy.
confronts Jack about the forgery of the check because he figured it out, or the paperwork. He looked at it and he could see, because like Jane had written the signature and then erased it and then written it again, and like she had done something to like mirror it on a window or something like that. I was
going to say, if it was lead first and then ink, you can see lead through ink.
That's what happened.
Yeah. Small traces. Yeah. Even if she like did it and then went over with the ink, if the ink is any kind of point higher, like bigger than the lead itself, then you can see the indentation underneath it.
She had done the initial signature on one of the papers and then put it over the window, went over with pencil, erased what she had done with pencil, did it in pen. Yeah. So he could see that it was forged. Oh. And he basically tells Jack, like, you know, you've made me an accessory. Now you're going to pay me, or I'm going to blow the lid off this whole thing. And you guys are all going to be fucked, essentially. So he basically is just like, run me my money tomorrow. Or...
Yeah, I'd chuck him in the attic.
You're going to get fucked. I would have been like, fuck you.
Be like, take the boards off, open the door, let him go up there.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. It's up there in a box, along with something else.
But once Tom leaves, again, Tom only confronts Jack. Then Jack goes and finds his siblings. Granted, this estate is very large.
Okay, but if I heard someone at the door...
yelling at my brother?
I'm hanging around the corner at the least.
Like, Billy has been such a bitch baby this entire fucking time about wanting to be this macho dude.
Yeah.
Where's your gun?
You got one bullet, put it into Tom. Tom's the only thing staying in your way, and I'm sure that his parents would be happy to be rid of him. They'll make another son.
The investors. Yeah. So Tom leaves. Jack tells his siblings what's going on, and that evening, I can't remember, Billy goes back to the chimney opening and he scales down into the attic because the box isn't where it had dropped. You could see it from the chimney in the attic. So he goes in there to retrieve the father's money box that he had dropped in there earlier, and he's only using matches to see, which I was just like, girl, get a fucking flashlight. It's the fucking 60s.
It's the 60s. You have flashlights by
now. There's a TV.
Yeah.
Come
on.
Throw
the TV down there first.
While he's down there, he actually notices that there are buckets placed around the attic to catch rainwater, and there's scraps of animals, birds, squirrels, things that would have come in, mice.
Here's my because I was like, as we were saying, like, he was screaming for like weeks. My thing is that if he had no access to water, that's, I think, 3 days takes you to die with no water. If you have water, you can go 30 days without food.
So I believe the dad's alive.
Kids are fucking dumb. Should have just killed him. Oh, I hate this.
So while he grabs I think he does grab the box, and while he's trying to get out of the attic using the rope that he had tied off at the top, I'm assuming the dad gets a hold of him and starts attacking him with the rope. He basically like pulls it so that it wraps around Billy's neck, and he's like strangling him. He's like hanging him from it. And Billy loses the box. He drops it, but he escapes because he carries a knife with him or something like that. We see it earlier on. It's like Chekhov's knife.
Chekhov's knife, okay.
And he uses it to cut the rope that the dad is holding on to, but not like obviously the entire rope.
Right, so and then gymnasiums himself up.
Yeah.
Okay.
But he is super injured with a cut on his side. I think just from like scratching on the chimney and stuff like that.
Yeah, you gotta get that checked out. You're gonna get infected.
But the family obviously is confront the kids. They're confronted with the fact that their dad is still alive. And this is when Jack has an intense seizure.
Yo, get it together.
Well, it's like everybody is screaming. It's a lot. He has a seizure. Smage.
Get it together.
He has a seizure. So while he's convulsing, Jane is obviously there trying to help him. And she believes that the only person that can help him is Allie. Don't know why. But she basically is like, we have to tell her. And I'm like, oh, about his seizures? Okay. Side note, earlier in the movie, when Jack and Sam are at home, after their mother has died, they use Morse code with a flashlight again. Why the fuck did you not just take the fucking flashlight?
Why didn't you just take a flashlight?
With a flashlight, because their house, they can see alleys way, way, way far away. Like, if you actually, like, rode your bike there, it'd probably take you, like, 30 minutes.
So the Gatsby alley?
They're using Morse code with the flashlight to just, like, say hi to her. Sam Like Jack is teaching Sam how to say hi to Allie because he likes Allie, whatever. So we're told that like way at the beginning.
Has Allie ever met the siblings?
Yeah. Yeah, at the Rock. They had a beach day together.
Right.
She took a
after
picture
the
of them.
Rock.
They had a beach day together. And she gives books to Jack for Sam to learn because he's homeschooled by Jane.
Who she's definitely seen since the Rock.
I didn't say that.
Right.
Anyways, so we have
so
that.
what I'm saying is
We have that knowledge. We are, that evening, after Jack has his seizure, we see the light giving Morse code from the Marrowbone house to Allie. We don't see who's giving it, but it tells her to go to that witch tree to meet them there because they're going to go hang out. So when she gets there, she finds a book titled Our Story, which we had seen from the beginning of the movie, Jack writing in it just periodically. And it details what their family has been through and what's going on. At the same time that she is reading through this very sad book, Tom barges into the house and starts looking around everywhere for the kids so he can get his money.
Bitch, ain't yours. What the fuck?
He starts snooping while obviously we're going back and forth between Allie and Tom. So in a flashback, because of what we're reading in the story, we find out that their father had found them at the Marrowbone home. And Jack confronted his dad after he shot through the window. He went out to him in the woods and was just like, we'll give you back your money and you just leave us alone. And they end up going out to the cavern where Billy had originally found the money or found the box. And that's where Jack confronts his dad and lies that he was the one that told the cops everything and took his dad's money. He wasn't. It was the mom. The mom was the one who detailed the abuse, and she was the one that stole the dad's money.
And then ran with the kids.
But in court, Jack testified that he was the one who had witnessed all the abuse so that his mom wouldn't be in the papers as testifying against the dad.
Okay. I don't like this.
Yeah. So the dad begins to attack him.
Right. Good.
But Jack pulls a knife out and stabs the father in the throat.
Oh.
Like right here. Like
Ooh.
right in the little dip.
Okay.
The dad, obviously, like the knife comes out and he's like wheezing, which is during the entire movie, you could hear that wheezing up in the attic. Oof. So I'm also just like, bitch, you've been having that open wound this whole fucking time.
Well, you gotta think about like when you have a tracheal tube, that takes forever to
Bro,
heal.
Anyway.
So
the father ends up throwing Jack off of a cliff down onto the rocks, and he makes his way back to the house. So that's where Jack got that gash on his head, and he's like severely fucked up.
Like Jack
very
died.
Injured.
Yeah.
No, he didn't die.
Oh, this is where his seizures came from then. He had a head injury.
Well, maybe.
No. Okay. Great.
Well, while Jack had gone to confront the dad, he told the other kids to go up into the attic, lock themselves in there, and hide. Because there's only one doorway in. When the dad makes his way to the home, he scales down the chimney. He obviously like comes down the chimney. That's why he's all like, when you see his hand and everything like that, he obviously looks ashy. Like he's got that black, like you see
Look
the
like a chimney sweep.
Yeah, exactly. So
man's gonna clean himself over these last 6 months. Catching rainwater.
Listen,
fucking
priorities.
Whatever.
But we cut back to Jack. He's alive
on the rocks. Okay.
And he starts making his way back to the house. He picks up the gun that his father had left on the tree that he had initially shot into the house. Jack told him before that they went, he was just like, just leave your gun. I have your money. I'll give you what you want.
Okay.
So the dad had left his gun there. So he gets the gun and he runs towards the house. Now, going back and forth between the two timelines, we see that Jack is running towards his siblings with the gun, like 6 months ago.
Right. Yeah.
And at the same time, we're seeing Tom, current day in the movie, hatcheting his way into the attic. Because he believes that that's where the money is.
Right, because like, why would they lock it up?
Exactly. When Tom gets up into the attic, there is a blanket covering a lump where we had been seeing the mold coming from.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm just so uncomfortable with this. When it happened, I was like, there's no fucking way. But underneath the blanket is the decomposed bodies of Sam, Billy, and Jane. They've been dead this whole time. And I believe that that's why he had the seizure when they all started arguing.
Because it's his imagination.
Yeah.
It's his brain
Yep.
making them be there.
Yep.
And if it gets too much, then his brain is just like, hey, we got to take a pause for a second, bubby.
Yeah.
And then just knocks him out.
So we obviously we understand that the dad had killed all of them before Jack had gotten there. And
Ripe
dead
to
this
those
whole
poor
time.
babies.
I wrote ripe to those sweet kids. They didn't deserve it.
Okay.
And it's really sad too, because Sam, I think Jane is in the middle and Sam is to her left and she's like holding him. Yeah, it's very sad.
Does he make them lay down and die?
I don't know.
We don't get into how they died.
Nope.
They're just dead.
They're just dead. And they're decomposed, so you can't really see any like wounds or anything.
Right, of course.
When Jack gets there, he doesn't go into the attic to see what happened to his siblings. He refuses. So instead, he just, he does go into the attic and that's why they're covered, because he covered them.
Okay.
But he has a mental break and he doesn't do anything to his dad. He just bricks everything up. He like holds the gun to him and is just like, you're going to stay in here. And he bricks up the door or like whatever. Yeah. And he puts that stuff over the chimney so that the dad
can't get out.
Yeah.
Well, at least the dad didn't eat the kids, you know?
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
We're cutting into current day. So Tom has just discovered that the siblings are dead. And at the same time, Allie is reading this account written by Jane, quote unquote, of what happened to the kids. Allie goes to the Marrowbone house because she's like, obviously I have to go see Jack.
Yeah,
something is
going
wrong.
on? Yeah.
And she finds Jack in in that fortress, that sheet fortress.
Yeah.
She can hear him like impersonating the different voices.
Oh God.
Yeah. It's really fucking sad.
Oh man. Oh, my tummy.
But she snaps him out of his hallucination and sees that that large gash on his side that we believed Billy had gotten.
It was him?
It was him. Any of these actions that we have seen happen that the kids did, it's him.
Been Jack. Wait, so did he send the Morse code to Allie?
Yep. Because in his mind, he was Jane sending the Morse code to Allie.
Oh, so he forged the paperwork.
Yeah. Yep. But then that also makes sense as to why we could only hear him, quote unquote, talking to his mom.
Yeah.
But we weren't hearing him talking to Jane because that conversation wasn't actually happening. And the entire time he was actually pretending to, quote unquote, talk to his mom.
But in his delusion,
that's why the other siblings were never there when Tom was there.
Right.
That's why they never left the house.
That's why Jane, Allie hasn't seen any of them since The Rock after the mom passed away.
Yep. Isn't that fucked up?
So I'm hearing is all of the men are delusional.
All the men are delusional. Yep. More of the story of Marrowbone. Men are delusional. While she's like, we have to get you help. We have to like do something about this. He's like fighting with her because he wants to stay in his hallucinations. If he has to come to the reality that his siblings are dead and that they're not actually there and he's alone, that's going to be too much for him.
I mean, it's kind of already too much, Bubby.
It already happened, my guy.
Yeah, he kind of already broke.
When she did come to the home, she saw that Tom's car was outside. And so then she hears stirring up in the attic and she believes that it's Tom. That it's just Tom. But when she goes up to investigate, she sees the three siblings underneath the sheet. Yeah. And so obviously she's crying. The Anya Taylor Joy tears that she does.
She does such a good job.
Yeah. But she sees that and she puts the sheet back on them.
Right, yeah.
Because she's like,
yeah, I'm not going to let you guys be out here like this.
No. But she still hears someone up there and finds Tom on a couch that's been up there dying with his throat cut open.
Bitch, I would run. I am Scooby-Doo skedaddling out of there.
He tries to explain to her very quickly before he dies that the dad is actually still alive and very much in the killing mood.
Valid.
So
the only good thing he's ever done in this movie.
That's
I appreciate
why
that.
I'm going to say, because he does pass away, I'm going to say rip. Because in the end, he got what he deserved.
Okay, valid, yeah.
But he also tried to warn her to be like...
Even in his delusion, he still cared about her.
Yeah.
And was just like, I don't want you to die. Especially not like this. Please leave.
I
guess rip.
Yeah, I just said rip.
Yeah.
I think had he not died and had been able to confront the dad...
Take the money and run.
Yeah.
I would have been like, rise, I would have been like, motherfucker.
Rise. Yeah. Okay. But like, it was the fact that he saw the siblings and then I'm assuming he immediately got by the dad.
Okay.
I'm going to say rip.
Okay. Well.
In his final moments, he redeemed himself. Slightly.
Very Catholic of him.
But Allie, the dad obviously comes, she confronts the dad.
Bitch.
She's basically like, you're a fucking coward. Come out of the shadows. You're not going to hide in the dark.
Girl, you're not going to Phantom of the Opera him. This man has killed many people, including 3 children.
She literally basically calls him a loser bitch baby. She's just like, you're a coward. Like,
I mean, he is, but he's also a coward that has killed people.
Yeah, you just saw one of them.
Yeah, you just saw one.
But
and the other 3 are chilling under a blanket.
He comes out of the shadows and he begins to attack Allie.
Right.
So Jack, in his delusion, believing that he is Billy, rushes to the attic and confronts the ghost dad with the gun and the one bullet that he has, and he shoots him.
The dad?
Yeah, he shoots the dad.
Okay.
Now he's actually dead.
Oh, he actually shot the dad.
He actually shot the dad.
Oh, fuck.
He, like, for real shot the dad.
Nice.
So.
Like, rise, motherfucker. Like,
rise to that piece of shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Rest in shit eternally.
Eternally.
Like, just as much as possible.
Ugly ass bastard. Now flashing forward.
Okay.
Jack has been put through some sort of rehabilitation with the assistance of Allie. She's, like, been by his side. She's been very supportive.
Electroshock therapy.
I don't know. Because
I've heard that does good things for your brain
know.
in small doses.
I don't know.
Cures depression, apparently.
But he seems to be doing a lot better. He's on some sort of medication. He's actually at home. He's going to some sort of therapy program.
Okay.
Kind of thing. But the doctors basically tell her, like, you cannot have a family with this man.
No, absolutely not.
Like, they're like, you cannot have a normal life with a normal family with any sort of normalcy with him. So if you're willing to basically give up your life to essentially take care of this man and make sure he never is delusional again,
That he never breaks again. Yeah.
then go for it, but we don't recommend it.
Yeah.
And she's like, but I love him, so I love him.
I love him.
And it's like,
Bitch.
girl.
There's another one just like him, not as delusional.
But yeah, she knows that he'll always be sick, especially with the fact that they still do live in that house. And they'll always live in that house. It's their house.
Sell the fucking house.
Tear it down.
Go somewhere else.
I don't know.
Make a tiny home by the garden if you want to stay on the property. Shit.
It's his birthday.
Oh,
He's
birthday.
21.
Wow. You made it.
Made it. Wow. Completely alone.
Fucking delusional as hell.
But she gives him, for his birthday, his present is the last picture of him and his siblings that she took on the day that they went to the beach, which is really, really nice. It's a really pretty picture.
I think that would be a terrible gift. Immediately put him back into his delusion after all of this fucking progress. I would never show him pictures of his family again.
Listen, he seems touched, so...
That's great. I love that. But also, man's dreamt up his siblings for 6 months and kept his father in the attic.
Yeah.
Oof.
But yeah, hindsight, it was so obvious.
I definitely immediately got that the kids were dead.
Yeah.
Didn't know. I thought Jack killed them. Not gonna lie.
No. But like the double twist of the dad still being alive, surviving off of scraps and rainwater. That one I didn't expect. I did think it was going to go paranormal.
Yeah.
But I kind of got the inkling when Tom came for the 10,000 pounds and nobody came down. That's when I was like, something's off.
Something different is going on.
Yeah.
But it makes... Okay. Then that makes me wonder then if... Was Jack abused by the dad?
I mean, they were all abused by the dad.
But I mean, like sexually.
No.
Because when Jane gets touched by the dad, she tries to rub her skin off.
Yeah, but that's because he's in the mind of Jane.
Oh, and he knows that that's what happened.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Bro said, let me really take over my siblings' lives in my brain.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, the human brain is insane.
Crazy, right?
You think orcas go through this kind of shit?
Absolutely.
Could you imagine an orca with multiple personalities?
No. I give this movie about a 3.5 out of 5.
Yeah?
I probably wouldn't watch it again unless I was watching with somebody who was interested in seeing
I would watch
Marrowbone for
that.
the first time.
Yeah.
I think you would like it.
I love that kind of shit.
Yeah.
I love like the Skeleton Key, the others, that kind of like, it's not
Maybe
paranormal,
that's what I
but it
said,
is.
Is that it's very much like that. It's like the Skeleton Key, it's like the others, it's like the boy.
Yeah.
It's these things that have actual real world, like quote unquote twists.
Yeah. It's not so much paranormal, but it is.
It's that psychological drama.
Yeah.
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 Thriller, whatever the fuck.
Okay. I would totally watch this film. That sounds like a good movie.
Yeah, you should watch it. I did like it. I liked that the amount of gore was saved at the end. I'm happy I didn't see how the kids died.
That's good. Yeah. I would have been really sad about that.
I am sad that they just died, but I'm happy I didn't see how they died.
Mm-hmm. Do we see how a scoundrel dies, or do we just know that
just
she
looks
dies?
like she got bit by on her belly and like her neck and stuff like that. Like he just tried to have a snack.
Just kind of, okay.
Yeah.
Yucky.
Yeah.
Very mucky.
Very mucky. Yeah, 3.5 out of 5.
Okay. I mean, from you telling me, it kind of sounds like a 4 out of 5 for me. This kind of films that I like watching, though. I love that shit. So much fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. So next week we're going to watch Horror in the High Desert.
Yeah, from the blurb it says, friends and loved ones gather to recall the events leading to an experienced outdoor enthusiast's disappearance in northern Nevada. I'm assuming aliens.
Oh, give me some more Phoenix Tapes 97.
Yeah, back-to-back aliens. I'm kind of feeling it.
I don't have another alien abduction story, so I'm just going to just be the movie.
Just the one.
Yeah,
just the one story.
Just the one story. Did you catch those aliens yet? It's just the one alien, actually.
Stupid. Okay, bye.
Bye.
Dumb. Just the one alien. Are you using Windows Media Player?
No, it's called commentate.
Dumb bitch.
I squeezed my eyes so hard that now I'm seeing lights.
Money's money. Chekhov's double guns.
Chekhov's got so many guns.
Oh, she's definitely Hispanic. Her name is Anya Josephine Marie Taylor Joy. So, no surprise
What do you mean?
there. What do you mean?
Like literally everywhere.
We love an economic queen.
I almost said incest. What is it?
Incel? I was thinking of, oh my god, what the fuck is her name? Darcy and Get Fucked 4 Eyes. What's his name?
I actually can't remember.
Michael?
No. It's Diane and...
I always think he's just...
Nobody's name is Darcy.
Why do I think someone's name is Darcy in there?
He kind of looks like the guy who plays Darcy in Pride
Don't do
and
that.
Prejudice.
Don't do that. No, don't do that.
Okay, yeah, I'm the fucking idiot.
Yeah, no, I love that man so much. I think he's...
I'm saying they look very similar.
No, they don't. Don't do that. Are you sure his name wasn't Michael?
Look it up. I'm on 9% battery.
Okay, I'll look it up. I'll look it up. Pete. David.
David. Diane and David.
Enough, David.
Anyways.
Anyway. Also, if you touch a dead body, you're gonna die. Like, that's just how that works.
Is it really?
The amount of bacterial organisms that come off of a dead body is bizarre.
Okay, we're gonna move on before we get put on a watch list.
I want to learn how to make soap. I've heard it's really easy.
We should get a goat. Can make goat milk soap. It's apparently very good for your skin.
Can't you just make it out of, like, water?
Soap?
I don't know anything about soap.
Yeah, clearly. Okay, we're gonna move on.
I'm having such a hard time reading my book knowing that the dog's gonna die. I can't do it.
You're like, I don't want to
do it. Yeah.
I'm
I'm gonna skip over it when it happens because it's just gonna be too much.